What's up guys, welcome back to the MW Tech channel, and this is the Samsung Galaxy A23. Exactly 1 year ago, Samsung released this phone to be an outstanding mid-range phone. So the question is, did it stood up to the plate, and should you buy this phone? Wait until the end and check it out for yourself. And if you're willing to help this channel to grow, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit a bell icon so you always get notified when I put a video, and make sure to leave a comment. So enough talking, let's get into the video. So the phone is glossy plastic, so it happens to be a fingerprint magnet. You can see there's a lot of fingerprints in here. I clean it up, but still you're gonna get the fingerprints all over the place. Look at this, unbelievable. So this has a 6.6-inch diagonal, which is a huge display, and I am actually disappointed to say Samsung has lowered their standards in the display wise. This is an LCD display with a 90Hz refresh rate, so it is really responsive and really fast, and has a resolution of 1080 by 24.8 pixels and a max brightness of 460 nits approximately. They haven't mentioned the amount of nits, but in the daylight the brightness is not quite good enough. It makes things harder to see on outdoor. And also in this A23 they don't have an proximity sensor or an ambient light sensor, so due to that the auto brightness is quite a bit sluggish and doesn't work as it should be. The color accuracy of the LCD display isn't good either. It struggles with the white and the grays, and it makes a little slightly bluish on those grays, white colors and grays. So the display is protected by Gorilla Glass 5. So this comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 chip and comes with the Android 12, and also on top of that the OneUI 5. And this has the base model of 64 gigs of storage and 4 gigs of RAM, and goes up to 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage. So this has a micro SD slot, so you can expand your storage, which is a good thing. And also this is the 120Hz 6 gigs of RAM. If you want more RAM, you can get it 8 gigs of RAM. If you want less, you can get 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage, which is not recommended to go, because this takes some slightly good photos than most of the mid-range phones. So I think it's a better idea. It's better for you to go for a much higher storage unit in any phone you're going to get. Almost forget, in the bottom you got this normal headphone jack, USB Type-C port, and a microphone and a mono speaker grills, which is not good. To be honest, this is not the sound we are expecting from a mid-range phone. I will tell you the price later, so stay until the end and tell me that you think it worth it or not. And the right hand side there is the fingerprint sensor, which is mounted to the power button, which is quite responsive, to be honest. So above the power button you get the volume rockers, and in the left hand side you get the SIM tray. So the camera, so this is quad camera setup. You can see 3 cameras with a depth sensor and a flash, which is a 50 megapixel 1.8 wide angle camera and a 5 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide camera and a 2 megapixel macro camera, and you can record up to 1080p, not 4K, 1080p and up to 30 fps videos on this phone. And in the front you get a 8 megapixel f2.2 aperture camera, which takes decent selfies, and I loved it. And also you can record 1080p 30 fps videos from the front camera also. So as I told you before, this doesn't have a proximity sensor or an ambient light sensor, so it used the selfie camera to take the light input and to adjust auto brightness. So the auto brightness of this phone is actually not doing well, and that's a huge downfall for this phone, because when you're in a lighted place like outdoor, this does not come to the maximum amount of brightness, and it sucks. You have to go and manually put the brightness up, and I don't think most of the people are going to enjoy that, and that's the downside of this phone, and that's bad in the production side. So talking about the batteries, this has a 5000 mAh battery, which is a decent amount. To be honest, the battery performance in this is quite impressive. And also this comes in 4 colors, which is black, white, peach and blue. So this is the black version. I don't know which way this is black. This should be gray or something. There is no way this is black. Like which world I don't know which world this is black, but they should have mentioned different names of color, like rainy black. That would be good, rainy black. So it's you know what I mean. So the price, this is 84,000 rupees right now in Sri Lanka, and about $240 in US or other countries. The performance you're gonna get is pretty mid-range. Some of them are not even mid-range, some of them are really low, like the display and the auto brightness, but the 90 Hz refresh rate, yeah, it's good. It's pretty immersive. And other than that, the speakers are quite decent.
Really amazing, which is a great phone, a great budget phone, which has good performance, good battery life, amazing battery life to have to be fact. And also, if you're finding for a cheap phone right now in the market, it's going to be the best deal you're gonna get.
It only fires from the rear end, no stereo speakers, nothing comes out from this side. Imagine you close it from like this. So the big question is, should you buy this phone, the Samsung Galaxy A23? Is it worth it to buy, or is it something that you should skip? And so this depends on two people. Some who has needing of a great camera or good performance, I tell you, do not buy this. This does not make your requirements and make you happy. So this is a no-go for someone who wants a good device. So if you want just a device, just average user, that you can use it for whole day without any problems, and I recommend this. No worries, battery is amazing, cameras pretty good, not amazing but in a decent level as I shown before. This is a mid-range, but it's a bit lower in the mid-range department also, as I think. So that's that. So this has been it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe and share it. Leave a comment and tell what your opinion about this phone. Is it worth it? Do you buy it or not? And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.